I'm not exactly sure what the term global citizen means exactly.
I'm thinking about it.
So hard for me to answer.
How do you define a global citizen?
Global citizenship is very difficult to define. I've spent the past 3 years of college in global citizenship classes, and I still think it's very difficult to define because everyone kind of has their own definition of it. To me, global citizenship means being cognizant of where you are and the surrounding world, and kind of acting locally but thinking globally is my personal best definition of global citizenship.
I define global citizenship as thinking of the world more in terms of people and their interactions rather than countries with really explicit boundaries.
I have trouble defining what a global citizen is or what global citizenship is. I automatically assume, if I'm explaining this concept, that it means to be a citizen of the world.
I think global citizenship means not necessarily to be a member of multiple different countries or join the UN, but really just means to have an understanding of how other people in the world work and operate and what other people's needs are.
So defining global citizenship is definitely an evolving process. In my now 4 years here, it's changed each and every year based on conversations that I've had, places that I've been to, classes that I've taken. I think being a global citizen is something that we can sort of all define ourselves to be in everyday life. It's not just when you're traveling to a new country. It's not just when you're speaking to someone from a different country. It's something that we can really work into our everyday life. You can sort of always approach your day that, maybe you'll make a connection with someone in your local community, or maybe you'll have a conversation with someone else that is going abroad and you can sort of suggest to them something that you've learned from your past experiences. I think that being a global citizen is not just taking certain actions, but it's also sort of a mentality of how you approach conversations and relationships with people from different backgrounds and cultures.
I think global citizenship is taking the time to learn about other cultures and to also take an active role within your own community. I think a big part of global citizenship is globalism.
Well, when you say the term global citizen, a lot of people would think about someone who travels a lot, know a lot of different language, have a lot of international experience. But honestly, to me, a global citizen would just be someone who really immerse himself to the world community. And you don't have to travel abroad to do that because it's 21st century. It's so easy to keep yourself informed.
I personally define global citizenship as a state of mind, or in a more concrete term, kind of as a backpack that you carry with you wherever you go. And what you have in that backpack are experiences that you've gained and things that you've accumulated throughout your experience that really make you an all-around open person to new cultures, new people, new foods. It helps you to be confident in trying new things.
Global citizenship is recognizing the world and all of its different cultures and to be able to truly be able to adapt to different situations.
So it's one thing to have this overarching idea of what global citizenship is, but it's another thing to be a global citizen. And to me, being a global citizen, like I said before, is kind of acting locally. So, you might not be able to make a change in the world because the world is a huge place and there's so many issues. But if you consider Southside Bethlehem, there are different things we can do in our own local communities that can have a significant impact on the lives of others and kind of move towards this society that we all want.
I would define myself as a global citizen because I've traveled and I've experienced different cultures, but I'm not sure if that makes me a global citizen. I think you have to be actively engaged.
It's really hard to be a global citizen. It's really hard, but I think it's really important. For me personally, I've tried just to expose myself to as many different types of people from as many different types of cultures as I possibly could. Every time I have the opportunity to do so, I try to take advantage of it, just so that I understand whenever I'm coming into conversation or meeting someone from a different context, I might have a more open mind or a clear understanding of what context they're coming from. And that allows me to be more of a global citizen, or like a better citizen even of my own country of America, where there's people from so many different backgrounds. So I think for me personally, my travel and my intentional pursuit of different cultures and different norms has really helped me do that.
I think that to be a global citizen is to have an open mind, to be open to giving back to the local community and being interested in global affairs alike. Both of those things go hand in hand. And in terms of interacting with different people, you have to have that open mind and really appreciate where everyone's coming from and the beauty of the millions of cultures of the world. Because the world really is becoming a smaller place. And
for me, being a global citizen is looking at every situation in a global context, to be able to realize that every individual that I work with, interact with, and study with may have a different perspective than me. This is important throughout my life, and I look forward to implementing global citizenship through the future.
For me, being a global citizen is all about keeping your mind open and trying to expand your horizons to different perspectives around the world.
Also different mindsets. Once again, you don't need to leave the United States to become a global citizen. It's a matter of framing your thought process, or in fact reframing it. But global citizenship comes with responsibility as well. We all need to be involved deeply in our environment, for example, in our political process. I view a global citizen as someone who is engaged, who is not only thoughtful and a lifelong learner, but someone who chooses proactively to be involved in issues, to take a stand, to step up and say, I will, or I will help, or how can I help? It's those aspects, that mobilization, that I perceive beyond the learning to be one of the critical components of being a global citizen.
Even after I leave Lehigh University, I know that how I relate to the term global citizenship and what it means to me will continue to change and evolve as I have new experiences as an individual and a learner.
No matter what you're studying or in what college, global citizenship is very important to your life. Our world is very interconnected, and if you can say to future employers that you're a global citizen, that will give you an edge up on any interview.